everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of
Huzzah! Brought to you by Shakespeare on the Sound, or SOS, as we like to call it. We are the largest and premier theater company of Southern Connecticut. Shakespeare theater, I should say.
Wait, Claire, aren't we like the only one, though?
Details, Nick, details. This is our first episode of our first web series, which is going to explore why Shakespeare is still relevant today, both on stage and within our communities. One of the things that people don't think about is the crossover from Shakespeare to musical theater. And that is what we are going to be discussing today with our good friend and colleague,
None other than Shakespeare on the Sound's former administrative director.
And now the founder and executive director of Open Arts Alliance, which is a local children's theater company based in Greenwich, Connecticut.
And not to mention, he is also an accomplished playwright. The one, the only,
Rocco!
Hey guys.
Hi, Rocco.
Hi, Rocco.
Thanks for that intro. That was
Yeah.
really nice.
You're welcome.
We got it right? All of a sudden I was saying the children's theater company, but you also do more than that. You have a big education outreach program.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about OAA.
Open Arts Alliance is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We are located in Greenwich, Connecticut, and we are I like to call us a social service organization masquerading as a theater company, meaning that every production that we do has a social service component to it. We are one of the only theater companies in the entire country doing educational outreach with senior citizens, veterans, and a population of people that have dementia and Alzheimer's. And our focus is on bringing students and senior citizens together for volunteerism opportunities. We have 5 cornerstone programs every year. We teach 2 senior education programs to our senior citizens in the community that we love. We run a junior ensemble tour, which brings students from the local area together to create a show that tours to senior homes and senior living facilities. And then we also produce fabulous musicals. And every year we produce a professional touring production, which goes into schools around the state of Connecticut to bring education outreach to students who otherwise wouldn't have access to the arts. So we are very much a TYA, Theater for Young Audiences, theater company. And we are fortunate to have colleagues and peers in Claire and Nick, who are constantly on the other end of the phone when I'm like, what do we do about this? So it's a very small world, the theater world, and thank you guys for having us. It's very exciting.
I'm interested to know what you think about this. How is a 400-year-old dead white guy's work still relevant today in 2020, in June of 2020?
I think the fact that we're still talking about him says less about him and more about the condition of humanity that is represented in the plays than, the author should be a vessel for the story. And I think there are many problematic moments within the text as they exist, but I think most generations and most people can understand some nuance of a character relationship in his work, because he represents all facets of life and all people. And I think that's why it's really important to revisit those classic plays.
Okay, now let's move on to Shakespeare in musical theater.
Yay, musical theater.
One of Rocco's faves, musical theater. Rocco, tell the people, because some people don't even realize that some musicals are based on Shakespeare plays. What's your favorite?
It's tricky.
How about just for today?
Yeah.
It's hard.
What are you feeling right now?
What am I feeling right now? I have to say, I think Kiss Me Kate is my favorite Shakespeare adaptation, because it is truly an adaptation, and it is not shackled by the restraints of the original text.
Oh,
and
thank God.
Because the original text is very problematic. Very problematic. And I always look for adaptations to make something better. And I personally have a lot of issues with Taming of the Shrew. I don't think it's all that enjoyable to watch. And I think what Cole Porter does in Kiss Me Kate is to really brilliantly sort of extract the story and build a new structure around it. I think it's also really fun to go to the theater and watch stories about theater people, because theater folk are so sort of larger than life and so sort of out there, especially in the, in the era that it's set in. So I am a fan of Kiss Me Kate.
Now, I think it is the time to bring in
our roving reporter.
Yeah.
This is the perfect time because we're in this debate. Let's see if he can settle some debates, maybe give us a little information about West Side Story and Romeo and Juliet. We'd like to throw it over to our roving reporter, Catsby Dorcas.
Hello, this is Catsby B. Dorcas, coming to you live from, and I have some information about Romeo and Juliet. The play was written in 1599, the same year that Shakespeare wrote Julius Caesar, Hamlet, and Saturday Night Fever.
I don't think that one's right.
Maria, I just met a girl named Maria.
Catsby, we're not singing right now.
Maria.
Catsby.
Nope.
No, Catsby. Catsby. Catsby.
You poisonous bunchback toads.
What? So, Rocco, one final question. If you were to turn one of Shakespeare's plays into a musical, which one would you choose and why?
I think it would be The Winter's Tale.
Ooh.
Oh. Because I love The Winter's Tale. And I always think it's better to take I always think it's better to take a piece that doesn't necessarily work brilliantly on stage and try to fix it, rather than to take something that's perfect and translate it. So I would like to tackle The Winter's Tale. And I think it gives you, I think the exciting thing about The Winter's Tale is you have two distinct universes in which the play lives. And so I think you could have a soundscape that is very diverse, which I think is exciting in musicals.
I have to ask, because you said it, what would you fix in The Winter's Tale?
I mean, you kind of have to fix everything, Nick. I love The Winter's Tale, but you kind of have to fix everything. I mean, you have to make a decision about whether or not there's magic in the play. You have to, in the world of the play.
Sure.
Right? Is that fair?
That's fair.
I feel like there's a lot of stuff in the second half of the play with the sheep shearing festival that needs a little trim here, a little cut there.
You need to shear the second half. Okay.
Yep.
You could have such a good number with tap dancing sheep.
Tap dancing sheep. I mean, let's just think about the musical number called Exit Pursued by Bear. I mean,
my goodness.
It
writes itself.
It writes itself. Let's think about a tap dancing bear, and that's the end of Act One. Plus, we all know I would merchandise that stuff. I mean, there would be T-shirts everywhere that said "Exit Pursued by Bear." I mean,
there are T-shirts everywhere that say "Exit."
Yeah, but now as a musical.
But still.
So we're gonna end this with a game.
Okay.
The game, Rocco, is called This or That. 10 questions. You have to pick one or the other, and you cannot think about it, okay? Nick and I are going to alternate.
Okay.
We're going to shoot these questions at you.
Very nervous.
Rapid fire.
You should be really nervous. Don't think about it. Just answer.
Just answer.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Shakespeare or Sondheim?
Oh.
Don't think about it. Just answer.
Sondheim.
Lion King or Hamlet?
Lion King.
Taming of the Shrew or 10 Things I Hate About You?
Anything other than Taming of the Shrew, so 10 Things I Hate About You.
Dogs or cats? Not the musical.
Oh, dogs.
Pie or cake?
Cake.
Comedy or tragedy?
Comedy.
Greek drama or Chekhov?
Greek drama.
Dolly Levi or Lady Macbeth?
Dolly Levi.
outdoor theater with a screaming kid next to you, or Broadway theater with someone answering their loud cell phone they forgot to turn off and having a 10-minute conversation next to you?
Outdoor theater with children screaming next to you.
And this one
I've
takes the
done
cake.
I've done
Winning a Tony for a play you wrote, or winning a Tony for playing Hermione in The Winter's Tale.
Doesn't matter. I get a friggin' Tony.
You have to pick one. You have to pick one.
Winning a Tony for a play that I wrote, because everyone that knows me has seen me play Hermione.
In my mind every night.
And it's so good.
It's the best play I've ever seen.
You did play King Lear in high school, though.
No one should get credit.
I've seen the pictures.
No, first of all, that's a deep cut, and we don't need to bring that up.
What's coming up next for Open Arts Alliance before you go?
What I think is coming up next for Open Arts, which I'm very excited about, is a new array of virtual classes, which I think is really exciting because we are getting a chance to connect with students from around the world and not just our local community. We love serving our local community, but our local community, as is true of so many others, we are only strengthened by the diversity of having different people from different places all around the world take our classes. It makes us better educators. And then in the fall, hopefully, we will be doing a modified in-person season. It will start our 6th season in person. So that's very exciting. We haven't announced any productions yet because I'm still working on it. I think that this moment in time has only strengthened our resilience. I think it's only strengthened our creativity. I think it has strengthened the bonds between organizations. So I'm nothing but hopeful that the future is going to be bright.
Onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards.
I think there's only one thing left to say, and that is exit pursued by a bear.
Exit pursued by bear.
Well, Nick, we did it. We did our first episode of Huzzah.
We made it through.
To everyone who's watching, I hope you enjoyed Huzzah, and we'll tune in for our future episodes.
See you next week.
2, 1.
Hello, everyone. Oh, jeez. Not ready.
That's amazing. About that.
Yeah.
Thomas,
Toothy.
I'm recording a web series.
Can this make it in the bloopers, please?
Yes, it has to. And both of you and I like this, like, what's happening next?
I am Catsby Dorcas.
Try it again.
Up tree beams, the whip of cricket bone, the lash of film.